For the past couple of weeks, I've definitely found myself in a bit of a rut. I've been quite lazy in the morning, which is something I don't particularly like doing anymore. I typically like to wake up in the morning, be semi-productive, do something interesting, at least go for a walk, go for a bike ride, something like that. But I haven't been doing anything of the sort. I've just found myself waking up, sitting on the computer and watching some YouTube videos that I really shouldn't be putting so much time into. So I decided it is time to break this funk and start getting back to the norm. And I thought, why not add the camera, a little bit of novelty, and see what happens. It has been a very long time since I've made a video, and I decided, why not? So the plan is very simple. It is currently Saturday night. Right there is my bike. I'm gonna wake up nice and early and go for a morning bike ride bright and early on Sunday and record some of it. And the plan is to do that for the next 7 days. Hopefully that'll get me back into the swing of things, and I'll take you along, or at least make a nice video that I can look back on and remember this week. And hopefully it keeps me motivated for future weeks. So it is Saturday night, like I said. Good night for now, and I'll see you in the morning.
Ooh, got that morning hair. Whatever. Anyways, good morning. Finally up and dressed and ready to go. It has been a little bit of a struggle, definitely in a bit of a slump, which is reason enough to follow through on my plan to wake up and go out for some bike rides for the whole week. Like I said, I've been awake for about an hour and I've just had to convince myself to actually follow through on my plan, but I am doing it. I dressed, got the GoPro on, gonna do some recording when I'm out on the bike. Hopefully it's a nice, beautiful day. It seems like it will be. And yeah, should be a good morning. So let's get out there.
How clearly it's going to come through on the GoPro, but let's see if I can point to it. You see right there, that mountain? It's kind of working. I'm pretty sure that's Gyeongsan. And it's a really cool mountain, and I've been up there once with a friend. It was a super nice light hike, but I've always had this idea that I could ride my bike from where I am over to Gyeongsan and then hike it. It would be quite the day. Maybe one day in the future, we'll see. Well, in my haste this morning and with my inexperience, kind of messed up. I decided to take a bit of a break. I've been out here for 1 hour, 10 minutes. It's been pretty good so far. And I kind of started thinking, I might need to change my GoPro battery because it's got about an hour battery life. And I didn't bring any of my extra batteries, which, what can you do? So yeah, we're down to 1% battery on the GoPro, which it's fine. It's not a big deal. It's not like there's a whole lot of exciting stuff going on in this GoPro. Hopefully I find a few seconds of footage that I can actually throw into the video. But I'm gonna take a little bit of a break right now and get back on the bike and finish the rest of the route. I guess probably another 10 kilometers before we get home. So we're aiming for about 25-kilometer ride overall. And hopefully we've tested some stuff. The whole goal of today was, again, to wake up, get outside, enjoy the morning, which I've certainly enjoyed the morning. I'm so happy that I've done this. I really miss getting up and getting outside. It's really easy to just sit on the computer and do nothing all morning, but it's not exactly very rewarding. So it's definitely a great decision to get out here. And more importantly, I have the camera out and I'm testing out the DJI mic, which again, I bought this thing like a year and a half ago and had plans for it, but never did anything with it. So I think it's finally time to start putting it to some use and seeing what it can really do. Hopefully the audio is good. I remember when I first tested it out, I was getting some humming, and I think it was because I was using the wrong 3.5 cable for the connection to the camera, or I wasn't plugging it in properly. Who knows what was going on, but let's hope it's working right now. We'll see when we get home and upload this footage to the computer. But for now, I'm gonna take a little bit of a break, drink some water, and then get back to it. Maybe if I do come across something interesting, I'll use that last 1% of battery on this GoPro and get one or two last shots, but we'll see how that goes.
All right, well, that ended up being a pretty good idea. Came in at pretty much exactly 25 kilometers, which that's not bad. I was riding like 30 every morning when I was keeping my routine, so I think starting off with a nice 25 is a good idea. Plus I have a kind of a busy day ahead of me and it's only 10 a.m. So got to save some energy for the rest of the day. But I'm really glad I got to go out. A little bit unfortunate that I forgot to bring the second battery for the GoPro, but let's be honest, I didn't really see much out there. It was a pretty normal morning. I was kind of hoping that the sun would be out a little bit more because it has been very sunny the last couple of days, but also at the same time, I'm a little bit thankful that it wasn't out because the sun has been beaming down on us and it has just been really hot for October weather. It's almost November. What is it doing 20 plus degrees Celsius these days? Anyways, man, it was great to get out, and I'm super happy that I fought through that desire to be lazy that I had this morning, because you know what, now I'm full of energy and I think it's just gonna lead to a good day. So I need to keep at that. I shouldn't cut off the top of my head though. I gotta remember framing. Man, making videos is a little bit hard, but it's kind of fun. So that was it, that's the ride, and yeah, see you tomorrow morning. Let's hope, maybe even a little bit earlier than I got up this morning. See you then.
Good morning, it's day 2, and I can't believe the effect of just one day. Yesterday was pretty tough to actually get moving. I had to really push myself in the morning, but this morning I woke up, had breakfast, and I'm like, let's get going. It's great to be back in the swing of things, and I don't think it's going to be too challenging to wake up each day and do something active in the morning, specifically this week, getting on the bike. However, it is Monday morning, and that means things have to be a little bit different. Yesterday was Sunday. I had a lot more time to mess around. It ended up being like a 2.5 hour bike ride because I was stopping and doing stuff with the cameras and just playing around. Today, I can't really do that because even though I work in the afternoon, I still have stuff that I have to prepare in the morning. So I can only be outside for maybe about an hour and a half at most. So it's going to have to be a lot more purposeful out on the bike today. Also, when I was out, I was using this quite a bit. I recorded non-stop on the GoPro. Today, I don't have the chest mount. Instead, I'm gonna mount it on the bike to try to experiment with some different shots. This whole video is just one big experiment after all. So a lot less recording on this. Maybe I'll stop and do 1 or 2 videos on the Sony camera, but I need to be recording a lot less because I don't want to be sifting through all these videos, especially since once you've seen one road, you've kind of seen them all, right? Anyways, I'm excited to get moving, and yeah, let's get out there. Definitely not the best weather this morning. Very foggy, cloudy, overcast, no sun whatsoever, which is nice because it has kept it nice and cool, but still doesn't make it very interesting. The view distance is not nearly as good as it was yesterday. I couldn't believe that I could see that mountain so far off in the distance, and then today just see some light silhouette, but that's okay. Only gone about 15 kilometers so far, about another 5, maybe 10 if I decide to do a little bit of a loop on the way home. We'll see how ambitious I am, but the bike feels a little bit hard to move this morning. I'll fully admit that. My legs are feeling a little bit stiff, and I'm gonna take a bit of a break here after recording this little video. But yeah, yesterday ended up being quite a busy day, a lot of walking after that morning bike ride, so maybe a little bit of recovery for the rest of the day will be in order. Anyways, gonna finish off the bike ride in a little bit after a break, and then that'll probably be it. I don't think I'll do another video at home. Instead, I'll just jump to day 3, which will certainly come tomorrow morning. We'll get out on the bike again and try to do a different route. That's a route? That's something I say. I get a lot of criticism from a particular person about the way I pronounce that word, but that's besides the point. That's a whole little inside joke for somebody. I want to take a different route every morning, try to explore some different areas. Today, I just did a little lap on my favorite bike trail. I hit up the bridge. Typically, I go a little bit further, but like I said, it was a little bit of a hard morning, so that was good enough. But yeah, let's see what Tuesday brings.
All right, it's day 3. Let's go.
So it is day 3, like I just said in the last clip, and well, things are getting interesting. I'm about 11 kilometers into this ride. Was exploring an area I haven't really been to before, and suddenly I hit something, or I don't know what happened, but the tire is dead, completely dead. I've actually had some suspicions. Even yesterday in the video, I said that the bike felt a little bit heavy, and I have been putting air in the tire because something just hasn't felt right the last several times I've been out on the bike. And I'm not sure if it was compromised or whatever. To be perfectly honest, I don't really know how to take care of a bike very well. I just ride it, and maybe that's something I should eventually look into, but this tire is kaput. So things are gonna have to change. Of course, the whole goal of waking up every morning and going for a bike ride was to just get me active in the morning. And perhaps for the next 4 days, riding a bike might not be an option because I'm not sure how long this is gonna take to get fixed, but maybe we'll have to adjust and just go out for some nice long walks, maybe go for a hike on one morning. But yeah, suddenly things got a little interesting, and there's not a whole lot I can do from this point. Now I am, like I said, about 11 kilometers away from where I started, and shouldn't be touching my face. I just realized my hands are greasy. I wonder, whatever. I just called in the cavalry. Unfortunately, the cavalry is a little bit held up, so I am gonna have to chill out and just wait for a little bit, but we'll get this fixed, and then we'll see what happens from there. So tune in for the next video, I suppose. We're good. This morning turned out to be a pretty awesome morning, honestly. It was a bit foggy when I first went out, but the sky cleared up. Nice, beautiful blue skies right now. The temperature is very comfortable. It was a little windy in some spots, but overall pretty good. And the most important thing is riding on a tire that isn't flat it's just amazing. It made such a difference. I have no idea how long I've been riding on a compromised tire, but definitely something was wrong. I had my suspicions going back a little while, and I should have done something to get it checked out. I don't know how often you're supposed to get your tires changed or whatever. I've had this bike for 2 years, gone out on a lot of rides. Probably I should have looked into this, and now I will. I think this weekend we're going to go out on a ride and probably hit up a shop about 10 kilometers that way that apparently does tune-ups. I think I just might need to get the whole bike checked over since I'm not really sure how to do that myself. not a big deal. But the ride was much more enjoyable. 28 kilometers into the ride. It'll probably end up being about 30 by the end of it because I'm pretty close to the end point. And yeah, these 30 kilometers were so much easier than the rides on Sunday, Monday, and Tuesday. Of course, Tuesday was a bit of a scuffed ride with only 10 kilometers into it because of the tire. But yeah, these 30 kilometers, super smooth, super awesome. Overall, great day. And yeah, feeling good. Looking forward to tomorrow. Well, the plan today is to check out the south side of the Han River. It's a really beautiful area. They also have a sweet bike path. It's actually better than this bike path. A little bit busier, but still a beautiful place to ride. And that means we got to take that bridge to get across the river. Let's go. Well, it's Thursday morning and things have gone pretty well. The morning turned out to be absolutely gorgeous once again, but I don't have a whole lot to say other than I have finally started putting a lot of the footage up on the computer and going over it and editing a little bit. And the one thing I've learned many things this week, but one of those things is that I have to be a little bit better at vetting the places I stopped to do some little recording. I'm in a nice little park right now on the south side of the Han River. It's lovely over here, and it's a little bit quieter than the place I was in yesterday. I ended up making yesterday's video right beside a road, which I thought it was going to be a nice spot because it looked awfully pretty at the moment, but when I went back and listened to that footage, it was definitely there was a lot of background sound. So hopefully that doesn't happen today. I'll try to be a little bit better with choosing the places that I stopped to do a little rest. But yeah, this morning was really good. Woke up earlier than I had been waking up, felt great, and decided to go on another little bit longer bike ride. I think today we're going to clock in around 32, 33 kilometers overall. And yeah, just a great morning. So 2 more days to go. Tomorrow should be a piece of cake. I'm not exactly sure what route I'm going to take in the morning, but we'll figure that out. And then Saturday is going to be a little bit of a challenge because Saturday is the one day that I actually have to wake up and go to work early. So we'll see how that goes. That's a Saturday problem right now. I just have to worry about getting home. Still got about 10 kilometers left, maybe even a little bit more because I'm quite far out, but I feel good. Should get home by about 10 a.m. and then get the rest of the morning going. So, see you tomorrow. This morning really did turn into more of an adventure than I had originally anticipated. I was looking at the map last night before I went to bed, thinking about places I was going to ride for today on day 6, and because I wanted to change the route that I went every day. And I kind of looked at where I had been over the last 5 days and noticed that I kind of only went east and I only went west. I never went north. And I don't particularly like going north in this city because when you go north, you start running into cars and roads and too many lights and things that slow you down and just add to the slight anxiety that you might have while you're out riding. So I like sticking to the normal bike path. I looked at the map again and I saw that there was a river nearby the house, and I had been on that river before, but I had only explored about half of it. And I did notice that at one point where I ended originally, there's a road, but if you go across that road, you can continue on that river. And so it's a very small little stream. It's quite nice. There are a lot of ducks. I've taken a few pictures of ducks on the way, or a few videos, so I'm sure you saw them if you've watched this far. And it is nice, it's okay, but it gets super undeveloped at one point, and probably for the last 3 or 4 kilometers, it was really sketchy. I was kind of riding on half sidewalks, then on the road, then on kind of a bike path again, and then back onto half sidewalks, and yeah, it was just a whole thing. But I noticed that there was a big river a little bit further up. I can't remember the name of it, but I'll probably post it up somewhere. And so I decided, you know what, let's go see what that's all about. And lo and behold, an awesome developed bike path is up here. The problem is, I think this takes me further northwest, and I don't really want to be going further northwest because it's already 9:30. I'm 15.33 kilometers into this bike ride already. And I think if I continue going that way, I am going to add like 20 or 25 kilometers to this bike ride, which is something I kind of really want to do, but time constraints are holding me back. So that might be something for a weekend. Now that I know this is out here, I kind of feel like I unlocked a whole new area to explore. And I remember that first year of biking around Korea, it always felt like that. You would ride or you would drive out in the car some days and you'd kind of notice things like, hey, there's a bike path here. And the next couple or the next day you had off, you go out there and you'd explore it. And yeah, it felt that way. Wow, path unlocked. So that's kind of what I feel like I did right now. I'm actually kind of excited about it because it looks super nice out here. It's very peaceful, nice big mountains over there. I think there's a mountain over here that I had originally pinned to go climb at one point. So yeah, I might find myself out this way in the future, in the near future actually. But as for the rest of today, I don't really know what I'm gonna do. I gotta figure out the map. I don't really wanna go back the same way that I came, but I might be stuck because it's kind of highway. There's a big highway right there, or a lot of like little roads that I came on, and that's about it. Or I have to keep going north. So I'll figure it out. I'm gonna take a little break here, drink some water, and then get back to it, check out the map, and see how I'm gonna get home. Anyways, today is day 6. Tomorrow, day 7. It is Saturday, it's the early day. I doubt that I'll be going more than 30 tomorrow. I think it's going to be probably a 15 or 20 day, nice light morning, but yeah, see you in the morning.
All right, well, today is day 7 and I just got back from my morning bike ride. Today's bike ride was a lot simpler than the other ones had been, just a little bit under 20 kilometers. I decided just to do 4 laps around a nearby park, and it was all right overall. I didn't really mess around too much with the camera. I didn't bring out the Sony camera. Instead, I just threw the GoPro on the front of the bike and decided to mess around with time lapses. So I'm not really sure what I'm gonna show in this video. I'm not sure how I'm gonna edit it all up. The time lapse I did at 5 times speed, and when I went and did the playback, it's a little nauseating to watch. So I might kind of just pop it up in the corner while I'm doing this talk. That's why I'm framing it this way. That's the idea. Anyways, overall, this week has been pretty successful. It's also been a little bit tiring, and I guess I should have expected that. I did expect that. But most importantly, with the exception of the first day and kind of the second day, not the first day, sorry, the second day and the third day. The first day I was pretty motivated to wake up and go. It was a Sunday though, and Sundays are always a little bit different. The days when you want to do something in the morning, but you also have to go to work in the evening, those are the days where you can get a little sluggish. And Monday through Friday, things did go fairly well. Monday was a little bit hard. Tuesday, we had the bike tire fiasco, but otherwise everything else went well, and the following 4 days were pretty easy, and I think I'm back into the swing of things. I've been watching YouTube a whole lot less. I've been just overall more excited to wake up and go out on the bike. Now, the effect of waking up and going out for bike rides 7 days a week was I felt pretty tired, and it definitely kind of affected my teaching, and I don't necessarily like that. So I'm going to ease up a little bit and kind of mix some other things in. I think going for a bike ride 7 days a week is just not really practical, especially if I'm going to be trying to do as much as I did over the last week. So I think a couple bike rides a week, get out for walks, those kinds of things. Of course, balance is everything in life. So yeah, I'm back to it though, and I think that's good. I can finally get out of that little slump that I was in. I wasn't really enjoying that, and I got to make sure that the slump doesn't come back when the colder weather comes rolling in, because I think typically that is something that could happen to me. We'll fight through that, and if I start feeling myself waning again, hey, pull out the camera and maybe make another video and keep myself honest. But yeah, that's the end of this video. I don't know what's next. Probably nothing. I think I got to kind of work on my diet. I did weigh myself this morning, and I kind of went up in, I definitely went up in weight by about half a kilogram, 1 kilogram, something like that. And it was definitely a result of me overcompensating with food this week to kind of get through the evenings, because I was feeling so sluggish when I went to work. So maybe this week is keep the activity going and then rein in the diet so I can continue losing weight and all that other good stuff. If you've watched to the end of the video, thank you very much. I hope you maybe also find a little bit of motivation from what I did. I think it's important to always keep ourselves going and not fall into the modern day traps of convenience and just enjoying all the leisure things that we have around ourselves. That's what I gotta keep reminding myself to do. And that's not to say I wasn't enjoying leisure things, going out, riding the bike, going out for a hike, going out for a morning walk. I think these things are just great activities that we can enjoy, and they have some benefit to our health, right? Something like that. So that's been a big focus in my life. I haven't really talked about that much, but over the last 3 years, I guess it has been 3 years now, trying to be healthier is the focus, and going to keep on trying to do that. So thank you for coming on this little journey with me. A little bit of a rambly video at the end, but who cares? It's fine. And yeah, time to get ready and go to work. How fun. Take care for now, and who knows, maybe see you in another one in the future. Bye-bye.